Hi everyone and welcome to Lace Point Resin. So I'm getting started with a new project today, and it originally was a shelf, so there's actually holes that go all the way through the boards. So what I'm doing right now is kind of prepping for it to actually be worked. So right now I'm filling the holes with hot glue just to kind of seal it all the way through. And from there I'll actually be able to work on it and not have to worry about resin falling through the holes. For an extra seal, I'm adding UV resin just to make sure that it is completely sealed and covered and I don't have to worry about anything getting past that hot glue portion of it. Some of the UV resin kind of went above the holes, so what I'm doing right here is sanding all of that down as well as sanding the rest of the board. That's just kind of a precaution that I do for anything that's not the normal wood board that I would use. So sanding and then using alcohol to clean everything down. This is just crushed glass, so I got two different colors of crushed glass and mixed some resin in it, so just as a piece of detailed work. Very easy way to also create druzy effects. So here I'm using color shift pigments from Eye Candy Pigments. Completely love them. I have so many of their different colors. Love it so much. So this is the portion of this project that I did not fully think it through. I should have painted the board since I wanted to start with a lighter color. I also had an idea that essentially did not work out, which is okay, just adjust. But what happened was I'm using this light color on a dark board and the dark is coming through, it's showing through, so it wasn't really working out. On top of the fact that this color kind of turned into a yellowish goldish kind of hue and wasn't really what I was going for. I wanted something light but not this yellow tint to it, so I eventually did have to make some adjustments and do something a little different. So this is when the adjustment started. Like I said, I was not a fan of that yellow goldish tint that was happening, so I created the background to be a little darker, a little bit more cohesive with all of the crushed glass and color tones that were happening. So I did have to put a lot of pigment, not too much, but more than normal pigment in this batch so that it could override the yellow tone, since I again didn't have a dark color to start with. But it still worked out. Just make sure that all of those colors that you're trying to cover up, you really make sure the resin gets over those sections. And then you can always go back with your detail work in the crushed glass to make sure that it gets covered up a little more. Another pigment type that I like using from Eye Candy are the ghost pigments. So I can't remember what the color is actually called for this one, but I'll leave it in the description box. And it just adds another little oomph, I guess, to the colors, and it lets you really change around some things. And this is the final piece. I hope you liked it.